Why has Dave Filoni been chosen to direct the premiere episode of The Mandalorian? I discussed this in today's video, but first I want to say I'm Mike and welcome back to Star Wars Speculation, where we love serious speculation, but don't take it too seriously. So why is Dave Filoni directing the premiere episode for Star Wars The Mandalorian? He has, after all, never directed a live-action series. Is it because Dave Filoni knows and understands Mandalorian culture, and Mandalorian culture is going to be a big part of introducing The Mandalorian? Remember, he did work with George Lucas on the Clone Wars and developed the Mandalorian culture to what it is today in Star Wars canon. He also continued that work in Star Wars Rebels with Sabine Wren and her family in their interactions on Mandalore. So there was really no one more qualified to tackle a show about the Mandalorians. The big question I have, though, is this going to be about the Mandalorians? The title suggests otherwise. It's going to be about The Mandalorian. It could be that The Mandalorian is going to be much more like Boba Fett and a lone Mandalorian out there as a bounty hunter in the Outer Rim. But even if The Mandalorian is more like Boba Fett, then there's no one more qualified to direct the first show than Dave Filoni, because remember, Dave Filoni worked on Boba Fett with George Lucas in the Clone Wars series. But moving on, another reason that Filoni could have been tapped to actually direct the premiere episode of The Mandalorian is that Jon Favreau wants to use a Star Wars Rebels character in The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian could be related to Bo-Katan or even Finn Rao. And I really like the idea that he might be some descendant of Pre Vizsla. And at the end of the show, he may actually go back to Mandalore and reunite the clans. But again, it could be that the Mandalorian isn't Mandalorian at all. And like Jango and Boba Fett, he wears the armor as a sign of prestige in the bounty hunter community. And another reason that Dave Filoni might be directing the first episode of The Mandalorian is that no one has as much experience as him with episodic Star Wars. In fact, Filoni has created more Star Wars content than any other director out there. So it just makes sense that the people in power at Lucasfilm have decided it's Dave Filoni's time to take on a live-action project, and they might even be preparing him for creating his own movie in the near future. Could you imagine if we get a live-action movie of Sabine, Ahsoka, and Ezra, or even a live-action television show instead of animation? Even if it was just on the streaming channel, that would be absolutely amazing. Or hey, I'd love to see Dave Filoni come up with a new concept for a movie, maybe something during the original trilogy. That would be really awesome. That all said, folks, I know things have been pretty slow on the channel. It's time to get back on track. It's been a busy month, but now things are slowing down, so I'll be posting to the channel more often. So remember to use the force within you to make the Star Wars community a better place by sharing your theories and speculation, and you can do that by answering the question of the day. Why do you think Filoni is directing the first episode of The Mandalorian? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Star Wars Speculation, and may the force be with you.